Hello developers. In our today's video, I'm going to share with you the entry e-commerce application, which is a fully functional marine stack application built using a turbo repo. As you can see, this is our the front end of our client-side application. Then also we happen to have the admin from where we can manage our entire admin setup, like to upload the products, to manage the users, everything we are able to do it from here from our dashboard. Then also we are happen to have our API, which is actually the bridge between our front end and client side. And this entire project layer, you can see all are working perfectly fine and connected it together. The live link, it will be in the description, so you can test it and use it. And apart from explaining each and everything, it's better to let you know that our entire front end using a build by Next.js, and our admin is using the Vue.js, and our API built using a Node.js, and all three part is built using the TypeScript. Okay, so now before setting you apart, I'm going to also show you how we are managing our product data layer, the images and others, like the image where we're hosting the image, then also how we're using the MongoDB to getting each and everything run properly, then also how we are getting our authentication flow done. And then I'm going to share you the free repo link from where you can get everything about this project. Like you can clone it, and that's what we're gonna do. After explaining you all the features, we're gonna just clone that repo, and then we're gonna do everything to complete that, and then we're gonna deploy it in Vercel, all of three, like our client, our admin, and then our API. All three we're gonna deploy in this later on in this video. Then there will be another link for the advanced code layer, which is gonna be a premium version. If you feel free, if you want to deploy and start your business now, you can go with that as well. Now, there is not that much difference than that premium to the free version, but in the free, you need to do a little bit minor coding, which I'm going to let you know in this process where we're going to starting the build. So let's start to see what kind of features is actually adapting. For now, especially if you go in the admin, if you just log out, you can see we have our admin login panel, and you can request for the access if you are not an admin user, and also you can go back to login if you're an admin user. Now, I'm an admin user, so I'm going to just simply make just a logged in. So let me just log in. So now, okay, there is a mismatch. So let me the password. Okay, I think that would be good. Okay, so now I'm logged in as an admin. So let's go back to our client side, how we can do the things. And this is the code structure layer, especially here. As you can see, we are using the turbo repo. In the apps, we have like our admin, our API, our web. The mobile is still on the process. So in the code layer, we didn't still we are in the making of the process, because we're going to have the second version, like version 2, where the mobile application, it will be available as well. So now this entire process is running through the turbo repo. We're using the PNPM for our managing all the packages. So right now, as you can see, we have our header, and this entire build process is fully responsive for any screen, either in the mobile devices or any devices. It's fully responsive. And also we have a multiple for the pricing mechanism, multiple currency setup is right there. For the language, we are right now using only English, but later on in version 2, or it can be adapting in version 3, there will be multiple language as well. Now, there we have also like the Black Friday in the offer table here. Then we have our logo, entry logo. Then we have our search bar. If you click on the search bar, you can see now you can just view all the popular products. You click on that popular products, you can see it's now going to make searching on that particular product, right? So this is how its structure is built by. So you can search any product and it will work perfectly. Then you can also search using your voice search. That would also work. Then also we are happen to have our another, which is called the compare product. You can just search any product. Let's say I'm going to search for TV, and now we doesn't have a TV. Let's say I'm going to search for mobile. We have a mobile, I think so. No, it doesn't have a mobile. Okay, what kind of products we are selling? Okay, we have the fashion. Okay, Samsung we has. So let me go on that, because it's light search, so it should go apart from that. So if you compare on that, you see now you added product Samsung Galaxy. Either you can continue or you can compare any more product. Now let's go back to another. We have two Samsung here, so I'm going to adding the other one. You can see, okay, now we have two Samsung product. We can now compare the product side by side, about description, everything is right there. Now After that, we also happen to have our card. Whenever you are adding any product, right now you can see you can't add the product because our card is the real-time synchronization with the user. Especially if I let you go in that our MongoDB, if I go directly in user table here. So now from the user, I will just go to get one dummy user right here. You can see this is the user, and for the user, you see the wish list and also the card. Both are like connected in real time. So without logged in, you cannot either add a product in the card or cannot add it in the wish list. So that's how the mechanism is created. For the logged in, if you click on here sign in or click on the register, automatically it's gonna popping up your scenario. If I click on the sign in, you can see I can sign in using the OAuth, using the GitHub, and also the email and password that we can sign in. And also it has a particular pages right here for signing. You can see you can go with the create sign in, like a customer login, and also you can go with the sign up here. So this is where how we are like maintaining the mechanism. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sign in with one of my user here. I'll go with the OAuth Google, and both mechanism I'll let you know how you can adapt, because we're going to maximize our entire segment to we're gonna entertain each and everything. You can see the account already exists. So this account is used to like create that using the email and password. So I can't log in within that. So I'm gonna try to use another account which may not use that. So the error is also showing perfectly fine in a very logical way, in perfect manner. Okay, this is the image. You can see this recursion happening is because of the Next.js domain setup and others, because we are happen to have running in the local. But whenever we are using the live version here, that entry.reactvid.com, you can see there the logo is perfectly fine. So no worries about that. Don't worry. It just happened to have some caching problem and others. It would be popping up. Now, if you hover on that, now once that user is logged in, you can see there is a simple logo which is actually for the seller dashboard, because this user is logged in as a as a seller, right? So this is the logo is for the seller dashboard. Now if you click on that user, it has a my profile seller dashboard, because it also has a vendor. We can go through the orders, wish list, notifications, continue shopping, settings, and directly log out. If you click on the logout, automatically at the same time, real time, it just logged out. So let me just log in again. I just did it to show you. So now for logged in again, I'm gonna use this, or I think instead of that, I'm gonna use a different account. Let me go with this account, because then I can make a simple. We can. Oh, okay. This also has a vendor. I don't want to go any of them, be good, because that account having some problem. So I'm going to go with the new account of that Access Store. So this will give us some gig to open up with a new account and start everything by fresh. So it can be very easy to understandable. Now you see, this is very cool. So now in that categories, you can see we have all the categories: headphone, fashion, mobile, and tablet. So it's a all highlighting category list. But if you go I want to go in the shop page, you can see that is hidden. If you click on that, click on hover on that, only then it will be visible, right? So but in the home, it's by default is open. So in the home is open, and then also we have a banner tab here. Now then we have the shop features, new arrivals, blogs, about us, contact us. If you go in the shop, this is the page which happen to have every single filter that you can filter using the headphone. Then you can receive all the filters directly, and there is a shareable link you can share with anywhere. You can just copy that, and you can just pass that, and the link automatically it can be shareable. That then you can share filter with the brand, you can filter with the pricing, and also the short by newest or oldest. You click that, so it will be a filter within the created ads module, and you can go with the product type. This much product type you're gonna have, so you can go with that product type filter as well. Then also the seller type, so we have the seller for the React-Vid. If you click on that, you can see this product is coming from that React-Vid seller, so you can view that product as well. If you just receive all the filter, you can see whenever you're gonna go at the below, automatically the product is loading and showing that to you. Then in the features, the similar conception, all the features product is gonna be coming by according to the filter setup. On the new arrival sections, the similar concept, but only from the new arrivals product, not other products. The blog is on the way, so it will be coming by version 2. So you may look for the blog, but it would be appear later on. Then also we happen to have the about section where it's all about this setup. Then we have our message setup where you can you can send the message, you can watch all the store, view the Google map. So this is a very, very logical scenario right here. Let's go back to our homepage here. And below at that, after, if you click on, like I want to go in the fashion category, automatically it's going to let you to come in the fashion. And as you can see, it's filtered through that fashion. If you go in the, and as you can see, the how this things is coming by, the breadcrumb, if you click, automatically it's going to pull back to the home. Now then we have our carousel here, a beautiful carousel with a sleek design. You click on the shop now, automatically it will let you to the shop page. And here you can profiling through each and everything. And by the way, everything, there is nothing as static. Everything is maintained using the dynamic way. Let's talk about that banner right here, right? So as you can see in the marketing section, we have our banners. So there's all the banners going to be. This is the main banner. We have also our ads banner. If we have that, I think I need to make it. Yeah, I think it doesn't have the ads banner yet. We didn't create any ads banners. Or we created, but I think because of the local network, I think I may have get the access. So let me grab that. I think there's also an like for the accessing that. Let me go with that. Okay, no, it doesn't have the permission over here. Maybe some of that incarnation happening on the local anyway, but all the banner section and others, it's gonna be coming up and popping you to like show you here. Then we also have to have that like the feature categories. Now, especially if you come here, if you want to like deactivate, you can do everything from here. All the mechanism you can do. If you want to deactivate any product, you can go in the product catalog in the products. Now from here, also you can manage like the deactivation or any other things, either where you're going to show that product. So I'm going to let you know, we're going to do that each and every single task by so far. So you're going to have a better idea once we are doing that. Now then we are happen to have our products. Whenever you're going to click any of the products, you can see right here, this product's gonna happen to have a single page here, which is according to the Slack, and you can see the Slack right here, which is just coming by so far. You can see also if you click on that, it will go back there and the filterable data, it will be accessible. And then also here right now, you can click on that, you can like go through that entire page setup to have a carousel to go and let you understand how those things work. Now you can see this the 4 items only this stock, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold, and you can see you can make it added to the cart. You know, whenever you are adding, automatically is added. You click here, you can see a very good viewpoint here about that cart section. You can remove it if you wanted to, so that's gonna work perfectly fine. Then also how many people view it, what category it has, from which brand it's actually happened. You can ask any question here, which is gonna lead you to the help center where you can ask question about that product. And also you can share. You can see you can share in the Facebook, you can copy the link, and then if you just pass the link, automatically it's gonna open directly there. So this is how very, very top notch and classy. You can go with about the product description here, product specification here, and you can see you can also leave a customer review. So this product also and also the related product it will show here. So I'm gonna go with that Apple iPod Pro Silver because we're gonna make, like as you can see, I have 50 items in stock. That's the very important one. We're gonna click. We're gonna create a, like I'm gonna get one, so it will be 49, right? So I'm gonna add it to the cart. So right now, as you can see, you're gonna have to have a product which is that Apple Pro Silver, which is $7.99, because this stock it will gonna change once you're gonna purchase. I'm gonna also check the review segment. So I'm gonna try a review here. I'm gonna give a 5-star rating and cool to let's say cool to use. Let's say, and also make that love this, submit the review. So after passing that review, it's gonna submitting to you. As you can see, the review submitted, it will be visible after admin approval. Right now, if you just go and passing by, as you can see, So the customer review gonna be adapting from there. If you go right here in that particular segment over here, especially in the, I think it's below in the marketing, if you click on the review, you can see right here Apple iPod Pro Silver 256. So there is another review made by someone. I'm gonna approve that one, and as well as another review is coming for that live. Okay, I'm gonna also approve that. So the both review gonna be entertaining there. As you can see, I can also view all the approved review. Now for that review setup and others, as you can see, the review doesn't need to come at a time. So there is some of the revalidation timing. If I remove the caching, it's gonna be adapting very soon at the same time. But as we made the revalidation, we're gonna come in later on to see if this product is added to there. Okay, as you can see right here, it's already added right here. And this where I think the revalidation we added is because the frequently every people gonna visit that. So later on it's gonna append it here. But as you can see right here in the home, we are like in the related product, we are already happen to get that review by so far. So right now we're gonna go and by so far okay, we have one product. Yeah, you see this is the review. This is the review which the previously one customer did. You see it's approved, and also you can see the review, good quality. So that was the review which we have been seen by so far beforehand, and also the review which we did for this one. I think that okay, that's still taking time because sometimes it's getting delay of that recursion. Now overall, we're gonna also make, let's click one more item. I'm gonna go with that another item. So now you can see here, we also happen to have that back to seller. So, you know, you can go with the dashboard and you can claim your account here by so far. You can see the seller account is right there, but this account, it doesn't, the seller is not initialized. So I'm going to also make a seller account. So that should be, let's say, my shop, and that would be the email. So I'm going to go with the dummy contact number. So let me just go with that, and the business. Let's say I'm going to go with that road of that 21 hours 55. And I'm going to go with the Dhaka and also let's say the HK. And I'm going to submit my application for, okay, I need, okay, this is the toy shop, just passing that. So now I'm submitting my application here, and as you can see right here, application under review. So over here, as you can see, especially for that seller management, you can click here, you can go the seller request. So all the requests is gonna be coming up. You can see there is a React video which is approved. Now this one, let me approve that. So as you can see, seller approved successfully. So now over here, I'm going to reload that, and as you can see, go to seller dashboard. So now this seller can upload a product, and automatically that product, you can see this is the seller actual dashboard. So right now I'm going to let you know also how those things can work perfectly. So now the seller can manage each and everything from the dashboard here. There is the new arrival segment of also the cyber like whatever the deals is going on, and the new arrivals, best deals. This is coming according to the product type. So as I told you before, nothing is static right here. If you go at the home, as you can see, all the product is coming directly from the data layer, from the database, especially for that homepage. We are fetching all the products in the server side, and this carousel is working perfectly fine. Also, if it has a multiple product, you see how the sliding thing is going on, pretty decent and pretty cool. We have this clearance and our feature products. So if you click on shop now, it will go to directly there within the particular segment. Also, the all products there is going to be coming up. You can just scroll through all the products there like so. Also, if you click on the brand, automatically it's going to go and you see it's filtered according to the brand itself. So everything is working smoothly, perfectly fine. Then also we are happen to have other pages here. You can click anywhere and it will work. If you go in the track order, now you can also track your order. We're going to create the order, then I will show you that how you can track your order. This is one of the coolest feature we have been created by so far. So let me just reload that. I think something, if we're missing something, okay, there is an issue here. Again, this issue occurring because some of the issue may not be required. It's happen to have because you're running in the local, but whenever you're going to go in that part, like the production build, those are not there. So let me go click on that our card. So this is the, like if you click on the checkout from here, it will also automatically check out, but we can go to make view, like view the full card. So there is the full card segment here. In the left side, we can see the product data using the subtotal, prices and others. So let me see, this is the 799, which I have the 50 stock. Remember that? Then also this shows right here, Okay, there is some mismatch here that could be happen to have for the local statement, but it would be fine in the production. So now right now what we can do, I'm gonna go in my, let me just go, okay, let me open that. Let me see. Okay, so if we go in our home, I want to show you something. So this one, because the quantity only okay, why we're looking here, we can just find the quantity right here. If we go in the product catalog, in the products, we can find all the data according to it. You see that's the stock has the 20 item is on the stock, and for the blow speaker right here also happen to have 100, so 100, 20, 50. So now that should be upper by in that real manner. So let me click on that proceed to checkout with 3 items. As you can see right here, this user doesn't have an address, and if we doesn't have an address, we cannot like select an address to continue. We cannot go with that. We can also go with the cash and delivery. We can go with the card payment. We can select Stripe or SSL e-commerce. So it depends whatever the authentication or payment mechanism you're going to use. Now I'm going to click on to add the address. So let me go suggest to get my address here, Bangladesh, as I'm living right now here. So I'm going to go with that Dhaka. I'm going to go the city of that, let's say Dhaka, and then the address should be street of 19 and the house of 39. So that is it, 1216, and then it would be automatically by the default address if it's the first address be by so far. As you can see, the real time we are fetching the address because user may need that. So also I can add new addresses whenever I want, but you can see your address has been automatically selected for the shopping because the first one it will be selected by so far. Now my proceed to payment checkout segment is working. If I click on that, so it's gonna now redirect to me to the payment page as well. So I'm going to make a simple payment here. So this is the $1004. As you can see, we also happen to have to see the product view right here. So I'm going to go with the default payment for that like for the Stripe mechanism. So let me go here, provide the name and hit to the pay button. And after payment is done, automatically we're gonna redirect to that our success page here. As you can see, the payment successful. We can track the order. You can see the my orders, and also you can go with the continue view. You can have a very good idea about how much is the selling and others. Now, if I go in the track order, you can see directly here all the items. So order is placed and payment is completed. Now there is the process for the address need to be confirmed, order need to be confirmed, then the order need to be packed out for delivery and delivered. So right now, as in the admin, as we are logged in as an admin user, so admin can do all other things as well as also the employees. So you can add the employees like whenever you are adding, like giving you the proper role. You can see here all employees role here, so you can assign to the role, and every role has its perform like particular action. But if you're an admin, you can do whatever you want. So now in the cell, we can just track through the orders. If we click on the orders right now, you can see right now this is the orders which has been placed by so far. If you just go and edit that one, you can see right now I can make that address as confirm, and then I can update the orders. So now if I go right here, that address, you can see address confirm. So you can see when the orders is placed and in progress, so means every single actions it can be triggered. So now because these actions will be done by with the particular setup and particular user, right? So and because of the admin, we may have particularly all of the action setup which we are confirming that. So let me go and make the packed here, and also the packed whenever we are packing, we need to select a delivery man. Okay, I'm gonna just update that. And then also we can just pass that, let's say it's a packed, it's a, let's say I'm going to make it's delivering, or I'm going to make it as delivered. So let me just go to make the delivered here. Then if I make that as a complete, so the order is completed. So the whenever the order is completed, the amount and others, like all the values going to be changes by so far. You can see the product is delivered, everything is done. This is just because this is just the way it's supposed to be. Also now, if we go directly within our product catalog here, if we search for any of the products right now, as it's supposed to be changed in that particular parameter. Right now, as you can see, the Apple iPod Pro, which just happened to have the 50, now is 49. The shoes, which happened to have 20, now is the 19. And the similar way, if you go with the speaker, is 99. If any order is cancelled, that thing's getting reversed, because whenever it's out for delivery, like whenever there is the dependable things, and also it gonna depends how the way you are prefetching. Now, if we want to go in the orders right now over here, I just want you to show you the mechanism, how that thing's actually running. If that order is packed, like if the order is packed, that means it's locked. It can be done, because till the confirmed, it can be, canceled for that. So order is packed means it's out of the delivery, or the delivery gonna happen. So that amount is locked. So after that time, if the order is cancelled, that amount is defaced, so anyone can use it, right? So right now, as you can see, we are passing. You can check the profile here. You can update all the profile data. You can view all the orders. This is the order data. You can just go and view that single data scenario. You can go directly about that analytics here, where you can see your entire order value and others. You can check for the notification. You can see the payment successful, order place. Entire things is happen to have a proper value layer. You can see all the notification is sent to customer. Then we have the settings and logout setup just to go by. Now there also you can see this entire thing's gonna working perfectly apart, running by that. Now for the vendor, how the vendor gonna work, like if how a vendor can sell a product in our customer layer. So a vendor can add a product here. They can upload an image and they can sell a product. Let me just go with that product, which is the beauty product. So this is the test product, and the Slack can be generated automatically, and this should be test products. So products, and no key feature needed, and the category gonna be coming automatically whatever category we have. So either because those category, the brand, it should be adapted by the admin only. So let me go on that. Selling price, I'm going to go with the 50. Purchasing price, I'm going to go with the 40. And the profit margin, I'm going to go with the 10%. And the stock should be, let's say, 50. And the discount going to be providing a 10% of discount. And product type, where I want to show is on that our featured offers. So if you go here, there will be a section which is our feature of offer, or also I can go passing with the new arrivals. Then create the product. You can see this is the admin, not the admin. This is the vendor who is submitting his product, because admin can add the product right from here. Like this is where the admin can add the product, and we're gonna add the product very soon. But the product is coming from the vendor, from the seller. So let me go with the seller products. You can see right here, this is the test product which is coming with the seller. Now admin is approved that product. So let me go and just to see here, you can see it's pending. Now it's approved. And also if I just to view that, you can see right here, this is the product which is the admin just passing by the admin, the admin setup. In the fashion, you can see this is the admin product. But also the admin, like admin can do anything. If he wants to remove it, it's gonna be removed. He want to, like, let's say reject and do any other things, it can happen to there. Like if I go in the products, if I just make it descending from here, now the admin want to remove it. That's it. It will automatically be removed from this side, as well as the for our other side where the seller is just viewing that. You see, that's gone. So this is how it's triggering, and this is how the entire segment is running. And also in our admin portion, there is a lot of other parameter, like you can manage your account setup. You can check your entire order, entire segment there. In the users, you can view all the users data. This fully running perfectly, fetching properly. You can go through the rows, permissions, subscription setup, address setup. You can go with the employees. You can go with the orders flow. You can go with the popular, like the product catalog, where we happen to have the products data, product type, products banner, everything is right there. The categories, the brands, all are uploading from here. We have the seller management. We have the purchase inventory whenever we are purchasing, because after we purchase this product quantity and others, it's gonna be like you create a purchase list, then it after approved, you're gonna go and purchase that. After purchased, then it's gonna add, and also you're gonna have a supplier viewpoint. How you can see right here, this is the one which is previously is purchased beforehand. Then also we have a marketing team here where they can upload the banner and review and everything they can monitor. We have a setting mechanism where we can set all our social media link, the base config, our website config, website icons, because and these icons also coming directly from our database. And then also it can do all other things like the component types and others. This is, I think, the local problem. Okay, we can fix that. This is just a color issue. So now this is the value layer, how you can interactively do a lot of things right here. As you can see, this is also fully responsive. The entire segment is responsive. Now the coolest feature is here, the search. If I want to search, let me search by name. You can see right here, I can search anything. Let me search with that, let's say Samsung. So you can see right here, the Samsung only has the product. So 2 product. Now you can search anything, and automatically you can see right here, you click on that, you have the details, whatever you search. This is the phone we search. This is the user we search. If you click, you can see the user value. So everything working perfectly fine. And you see, this is very, very legit and very, very useful also. You can also go and edit the user right from here. Okay. So this is a super, super cringy and super cool how we are actually making things in a pretty decent way. So now that is the feature which you happen to get it right from there. Now what I'm gonna do, as we did it, so I'm gonna go and just simply close it. So this is the till part which we happen to have right now. I'm going to close this one, which actually is not Rico right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in our GitHub repository, and for you people, as you can see, you can either get it there, and still till now, if you're with me, I really recommend you to like the video and subscribe the channel, which gonna be a great help to motivate me to do a lot of other things. We're gonna create an amazing scenario with an e-commerce and so many other projects. And also let me know in the comments what kind of projects you are looking forward up next. So let me go. And also there is another portion, the link, all the link for the free source code. You can go here, free projects. So this is the reactivity.com/free-projects. You can find everything right here. As you can see, we also built a fantastic app. You can just, the link, it will be in the description. So you can see this is the application which we built by so far using the mechanism of the vibe coding, entirely a fully functional mobile application. We did it. So you can go with the GitHub link to get the repository here, which is fully free. And also you can go with to watch the YouTube video here, which is actually fully subsidized, to where you can just watch and find everything as fine-tuned. So let me go with that, our repository for our today's video. As you see, what I do that, especially I use that GitHub desktop. So I did it, clone it directly here. Either you can click on here, you can go with that HTTPS SSH. Right now you can see as a private, but nothing to be worried, because it will be public whenever you are watching the video. So right now, as you can see, either you can copy the link, either you can go with the SSH, you can go with the GitHub CLI, which I'm doing right now. You can also open with the GitHub desktop, which also I did right now, or also you can download as the zip file. So now I cloned it using that GitHub repository, a GitHub desktop. So I'm going to open it within my Visual Studio Code. As you can see right now, entire project is right here, is opened, and we can do anything here. Now I'm going to show you how you can set up this entire things and create your own application and deploy it using Vercel and others. So let me just choreograph the bit, and then I'm gonna also, let me close my other parameter. So right now what I'm gonna do, you can see right here we have apps for the admin, for the API, and for the app. So the first for the web, sorry, the app is still not yet ready. So first thing first, once you clone it, you need to run a command, which is the pnpm-i or pnpm install. And I recommend you to use the pnpm, because this is the things which we use the turbo repo. As you doesn't, if you have no idea about the turbo repo, you can just go with the turborepo.dev/docs to know what it is actually, the turbo repo, and how this thing is functioning. This is a fully functional mechanism to build a high scalable application. So right now, as you can see, we are now installing everything. Now whenever we're installing, you can see we also have the data connect and others. Now whenever you are happen to get that premium version here, there is the catch, there is the difference once you have the premium version, because in our premium version we are sharing something different, which we are not sharing right here. So when it's installing, you can see whenever you're gonna get the premium version here, you will get one scripts. So in that scripts, entire data is holding, entire data which actually you are seeing right here previously. there you need to just run a simple command, a simple migration. It will automatically upload your product to your MongoDB, and it's gonna popping up like for the product categories, everything except the users, because users is need to be renewed by yourself. So this is the very, very easy way. But if you doesn't have that, this repository also holding everything. You can see in the public, you can see in the assets, or you can go with the images. You can see in the banners, we have all the banners data. Also in the products, we have all the, you can see all the products data is right here. So everything is right here. You need to do some manual work because this is the free version, right? So now what I'm going to do, as you can see right now, everything going to be fine. I'm going to run that pnpm dev. Let us see. You can see this is running as parallel coding because we are using that turbo repo, and especially if we go in the package.json, we run that command. So whenever we're going to just decipher with that dev here, you can see it's going to run that web, it's going to run that admin, it's going to run that API simultaneously. If we go in the dev, you can see our API is broken. In the web, our everything is running. API would be broken because as you can see right here, especially if in our API, if you go to our, let's say the server.ts file, and here we must need to provide a lot of configuration here. So I'm going to go with that. Let me go with that .env for our API. You see, we need to provide the port. The port should be coming as the 800. Okay, good to go. The admin URL we need to provide. So just copy that and just publish it here. And this would be our client URL. I'm going to just provide that right here. As you can see, it's already added the production server and server URL. You can provide that. We need that Mongo URI, so pass that. So I'm going to just open that. Let me just close everything. I'm going to close that. I'm going to close this because everything we're going to create from the scratch. You can see the logo is not deciphering because we need to connect our entire segment. We need to connect a fully functional and authentication mechanism. So let me go with that MongoDB. And in the MongoDB, we will use a new account to log in using the MongoDB. So let us go in that. We will use the Google account. If you doesn't know how to create a MongoDB account, this is a pretty simple way how you can do that. Okay, I think this is holding our previous account layer, which I don't want. Okay, let me just go and log out from here because I want to use a different account here. And again, wherever the credential we are using, never try to adopt the same credential, which is not a good practice. So right now I'm going to use that. And I think I'm going to also open that one, the email, because time to time it's going to send me some email configuration, which I need to complete right from here. Okay, so right now you can see we are here in the MongoDB, and also we have a various collection right here. So I think in the clusters we should happen to have a lot of other scenario. So let us go. It's loading, and whenever you're working with the MongoDB, it will take a bit of time. Right now you can see there is no entry, right? The entry mechanism is right now is not here. So what I'm gonna do, once you are happen to having the MongoDB, you better go with the database and networks. You can see we need to create an user. So I'm gonna create a new database user. Let me just go with that admin 2026. Okay, so the password, I'm gonna use the same password just to go by. And later on the built-in role, you need to assign a role. I'm going to use that as admin, Atlas admin. You can also assign multiple user getting that read and write to any database and only read access to your database. That's up to you. But for me, I'm going to provide you that Atlas admin access, and then I'm going to add the user. That's it. So now as you can see, I have a user which I can use. Now let us go to our cluster here because we need to get a connection string. So let us go to get our connection. Okay, this one I need it here at the back. So I will get our connection string. As you can see, it's connecting. So if you click, and also there is another things you need to enclose. You see the network access, especially over here in that IP access list. You can see right here, whenever you are adding, there should be your own IP. If you're adding it the first time, you need to get that access list entry as that 0.0.0.0/0, which gonna, you can access it anywhere. It's going to be a public accessible data layer. If it's your own IP, then whenever you are changing the network, you will be unable to access your database. Now, if we click on the connect, you can see Compass. So I don't have a Compass installed. If you have installed the Compass, you can simply go with that. But as I doesn't have a Compass installed, I can simply copy that string. So right here, copy that, paste it here. Now, after pasting that, I'm going to provide the string. Okay, so right now also we need okay, what's the wrong here? Okay, so right now we need to provide that username and password. The user should be admin 2026, and the password gonna be the same password. Let's say okay, I think I did. You see, be careful also deleting. I deleted the @ of, so should be admin 2026. And after that, I'm gonna also want to provide, because if you doesn't provide anything right now, what it gonna do, it gonna save your entire data. It's gonna create a directory called the test. Then it gonna save your entire data, either is user or any other data. It's gonna save on the test name, because it didn't provide any directory. You can see it gonna directly dump all things here, but we don't want to dump like that. So I will make that as entry, okay, so that we know where it can uphold or where it can save our data, right? So that would be a very good optional way. And after that entry, then we're gonna provide also a questionable mark here. Okay, let me go put a question mark, and then so now also we're gonna providing that as a rise true, and majority which is gonna be app name is cluster 01. If you have a different cluster, by default it will take that, but better to provide that. It would be a very good on way to provide and passing by. Still, you can see our API is broken. So right now I'm gonna go in our server, and then I'm gonna just hit the save button. And right now, okay, there is something more, documents, GitHub, okay, env local. Okay, let me go in our env. You can see this is the env here. So the server, the client URL, which, okay, is it not taking the client URL? So this is the client URL, production server URL, which is gonna be, let us go, the server URL, it should be the 8000, which, okay, that should work, but sometimes it can have to have the problem. So the MongoDB is okay. We need to also provide some JWT token parameters, so that you can also generate the token here, which you can use that OpenSSL. So OpenSSL random base 64 by 32 bit. You can just need to copy that and then passing that. That's it. A secret here. Also for that JWT expiration, I'm going to provide a 7-day. And also we can make that the refresh token, which I can make a 30-day of that refresh token setup. Now later on, we're going to also passing by so many other scenario, but still my server is okay, neither API key nor config.authenticator provider. So from where is making the problem? .env, okay, AS2, which can be for that AWS or others maybe. Okay, AWS access key. Okay, I think we also pass that AWS configuration, so that should be there. I'm going to just add some dummy key here just to passing by, you know. Let us see. I want to check. Yeah, neither API. Okay, the Stripe is making the problem, because Stripe is in the root layer. Okay, no problem, we will get this Stripe. So let me just log in using the Stripe account. I'm going to click on the sign in, and then we can log in there. Now again, whenever you are in the production, those error also going to be a very minor and minimal, but here you are getting a little bit more, because you know this is not the production. This is just to you, that you will understand how to code. You're gonna try yourself to go in the room, you know, not to give up, and you're gonna decipher all that. Trust me, at the end of the video, you can just fast forward and go there. We deployed it. So in that there, we're gonna deploy it for sure in 100%. So trust me, bro, we're gonna do it. So just stick with me. Whatever the error we are facing right now, that would be minimal. We will do it. So no worries about that. We're gonna make these things. So right now, as you can see, we have a multiple account. From there, what we're gonna do, we're gonna create a new account here, and that should be, let's say, entry e-commerce. So entry e-commerce, and I'm going to create our application. And after creating that, so let us go directly here. Okay, so now it's creating. I just want to skip everything for now. We're going to directly use the sandbox. So go to sandbox. So this is how we're gonna go with that. If you want to go directly in the production, you just tune on that. So because in our country, in Bangladesh, we still, the Stripe is not available. That's why we need to go in this way. Now from here, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna click on that, especially for that API case, and never ever try any of my case, which it will not be accessible, and it's not a good practice to use. So I'm gonna go here, and then in the env, so where we are passing that, let me go here. We're gonna pass that Stripe key, and again in the server I'm gonna save. Let me just save that one. Okay, now you can see MongoDB is connected and our server is running. So right now, I think the error is not because of that AWS, because that was a confusion, because it's supposed not to, not to just getting the limited eruption. It should work, but again, let us try. Okay, because the Stripe is in that root layer setup is done. So that's why the Stripe payment, it should be aligned with that. Let us go here. Okay, you can see right here, now the valid JSON. Okay, let us just go and pass some minimal configuration here. Okay, because you see, it's taking the, okay, I got the problem. I got the problem because it's taking the user here, which I will clean each and every single thing. Then I'm gonna, because all the users and other is just getting from that our previous data layer. So for clearing everything, as you can see right now, okay, we are go out of it. It just happened to have, there's a lot of things passing by. You can see some of the slight motion here. So this is the entire setup right here, which is coming by so far, which is not likable to, okay, let me go check in our entry here. We're gonna check what we are actually passing. So this is supposed to come here. This is coming as a fallback because we doesn't add the categories or others. So what I'm gonna do, let us go especially here in our dashboard. So let me go and make that things. So that should be localhost 5173. So 5173. So right now, okay, what we are actually happen to see. So let us go and open it here. Let us see what is passing by here. So that's the admin dev here. So 5173, there is something happening. We can inspect it. You can see the next public API URL. So we need to go and copy that. So this is the API URL which we need to provide. So let me go in our admin. So in the admin, in the .env, we can provide that our admin URL, which gonna be this, and also the client URL, which gonna be 3000 here. So hit save button here, and I believe automatically it gonna popping up. Okay, Firebase API auth valid API key. As you can see, those keys we need to get it by so far. So I'm going to go directly in our Firebase setup, and on that Firebase, I'm going to change my account here. So the same account I'm going to use to create an application, and from there I'm going to go directly in the go to my console setup. So from the console, right now we can do a lot of other things. I can create a new application here. So that should be entry. Let's just click that. Should be entry e-commerce and create. Also continue. So after happen to have that, okay, Google Analytics, can continue with that. So I will go with my default accounts, create a project. Also in the front end, this also like happen to, because this is just a fallback property here. So if you doesn't want to see that, you can directly go in our web here. You can just click on the page.tsx here. It just provide a fallback separation, which is providing beforehand. You can just remove it. So this is the feature category segment here. So right now you can see the categories. So this is the features category carousel. So right now, whenever the category is available, it will automatically be disappear. Okay, so nothing to worry about for that as well. So now this is the feature page, revalidation, everything is good to go. So this is supposed to be done in proper way. So let me go and pass that. From where also I want to see from where is actually coming by type section, feature offers. Okay, this is from which I think this is really annoying, because this is supposed not to be there. This should be clear file. Okay, let me go and search for quick links. So where we are actually using, so that's the quick links we are using. Okay, there is another portion here, quick links, help center, not here. And then left sidebar where we're using the quick link. Okay, variables, all product. and then category sidebar where we are using the, okay, that's the one. So the category sidebar here. So right now, where actually we are passing that category sidebar, this is really also like annoying me here. So let me just search for the category sidebar. So let me go that and passing that. Yeah, you see, base config.sidebar. Okay, this is passing here. So let us go directly here. We're gonna modify that. I'm gonna show you from where you can actually stop that. Okay, I'll let you know. So let us go directly here in our .env file for our admin, because now our Firebase is already created. Let us just click on continue. So now as we created the entry e-commerce application, as you can see, you will go in the settings, click on the general, or go with for the web, and the similar name which we can use it directly here. That should be entry, let's say entry e-commerce app, and register the application. And after registering, we should be able to get the the configuration here, which we need to be adapted right here, both for the admin and and also for the other purposes here. So you can see you no need to install that. The entire packages is already installed. You need to just pass that key here for that, and also we need to, and whenever you are like adapting those key, make sure to get it in proper way, because they are if you make an error here, automatically it will not work perfectly as well. So you need to make sure that everything is connected properly. And by the way, I think our MongoDB is connected properly. And also you can see, remember I told you about the test and others. I'm going to show you a very, very good tricky manner right now that how it actually works. So I just save it here, and I think our entry gonna work. So let us, you see our logged in is working. And especially if you go over here, you can see I want you to just make a reload here. So we're supposed to see an like a directory here, especially in the MongoDB called entry, which we provide the name. And in the entry, all the entire model should be already published. So whenever our database is connected, you see the entry and entire things is right here, because whatever the model we have been created here in the API. So let me go in our admin, in our API, you can see all our models is right here. Entire models is published. So it just added there. And also these keys I need to also have in our web. So let me go to fetch in our, to grab it that perfectly in for the web also. So the measurement ID, okay. And for that, it should be that app ID. Okay, done. Then we need to provide those key. Okay. After that, also for the bucket itself. Okay. Then we need to get that project ID. Cool. And after that, this segment right here. Okay. Then the last one. So this would be the last one. Done. So now we have entire data layer. You can add your text amount. I will just add with the 0. I will add 999. Shipping cost, I'm going to add it as the 0. Dynamic homepage, which I don't want to go with that. Purchase link, GitHub link, price, if you want to show that, is up to you. ENB, and that's the going for the Stripe secret, which we actually passing there. So we can also pass the secret right here, which gonna perfectly working right here. Now for that API endpoint, you see that should be our localhost for the both ends. We're gonna pass that. So this is gonna be there. So right now, let us go right here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to make a logged in right here. So I'm gonna go the request access. We can just simply use that. Right now you can see this is failing because we need to initialize. Let's click on continue. After clicking on there, you can see the database and storage. I'll go with the security. I'll go with the authentication because we need to enable the authentication. And the both segment gonna work, email and password and others. Email and password is gonna exercise using the MongoDB. We just need to enable that Google. So enable the Google here. I'm gonna go with the MERN and then just save it here. And automatically it's gonna trigger, it's gonna create the OAuth setup, and perfectly it's gonna align and work according to it. So right now, as you can see, that is enabled. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna try to continue with Google. So let us just try here. Okay. I think if we click right now, you see, that's perfectly working. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use my one of the account here to just successfully logged in. Okay, I'll give you the permission. Let's go by and do whatever you want. So within a single account layer, we can do. You can see right here, I can only see the dashboard, because remember, the first user, that's where every people, most of the people, 90% time people is purchasing the code or getting the code. There is they making the problem, because first user, you need to change the role by manual, because every user role we are using as an user, not an admin. So whenever you want to make an admin, you need to do it as manually for the first user. And from the next time onward, the admin has the access, so they can do anything, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just log out again, and then I'm going to try to log in again within the same user. So that would be entertaining, and that can access each and everything. Okay, right now I can, I can view and see that. So on the settings here, you see the website config here. I think for the website config, the base config here, I don't want to like the category menu, which I want to make it false, so it should be hidden. Okay, save it here. You can see all the revalidation and others, you can make it from here. Okay, this is let me just check. Okay, base config the sidebar. So the sidebar, somewhere the sidebar is open, so the sidebar gonna be disabled here. Save changes. Okay, sidebar configuration is disabled, so it's supposed to, okay, the revalidation gonna be kicking off. So I'm gonna just make those things done. Okay, you see, it's disappear. Or you can just simply remove that. I forgot to remove that. You can just simply remove that. This is coming from the previous project, from the baby mart, where we are also upholding those project layer, because we are cloning that project and passing that. That's why it's coming from there. You can just simply remove that code, and automatically it will be perfectly fine to go by. So right now you can see in our home, we can see nothing. Also in the source code layer, it will, you click on the purchase link, it will it will take you to that, you see the extra, but it's supposed to take you this link here where you can purchase the code. And don't forget to like and subscribe the channel. Okay, and also if you're looking forward any other projects, you can always welcome to coming over here. Also in the project layer, you can find every single project right here, which is a pretty good start to go by to get anything. So right now, what I'm gonna do, as you can see right here, so we can now, I'm going to sign in with the same setup, so we can see this sign in mechanism is working or not. If you click here, okay, let us see, okay, everything is working. Good, we are good to go. So right now we're going to do something very super simple. First of all, we're going to go with to upload a product. But before uploading the product, we need to also grab the product type. What kind of product we are going to have. You can see the product type segment. If you go in the first product type, you can see the product type is equal to the product type. So this is how it's gonna go passing. But you see the type of that new arrival. So the type should be coming as the new arrival. So this is how we are exercising. So I'm going to add a new product type, should be new arrivals, and I'm going to give a type of like that, and this is just it. So the base color, just okay, I'm going to keep it as the display as 1. So let us go, and I think create the product type. And also I need to get the category here. So let me go with that. Let's say for the entry, what's the product type we are happen to have? We have the headphone first. So I'm going to go and add a category here, which is going to be, let's say, headphones here, and we're going to generate the slack from it. And the display order, it would be 1, and it would be, let's say, it would be feature categories, and the category image, the icon image, we can click on the icon image. Now I'm going to go directly within my setup here. So whatever the projects we are using, so that should be I think I forget the project layer, entry e-commerce app, and from there I'm going to go directly in the public. So in the public, we are happen to have all the images and asset here. So let me go back here. I think the assets, images, especially in the categories. So now we can find the categories here. You can also find the SVG here. So I think the name as the headphone. So I'm going to go and passing that headphone layer here. So let me okay, headphone, okay, the headphone icon is not there, but I can use any icon here. I think that would be a good one. Okay, and also for the image here, we can pass the images categories. This would be the headphone here, passing that headphone, and we can save the category here, right? So you can see it will automatically take as a root category. And now there would be a problem because all providers failed. The you see the S3 upload failed because we have two setup. Especially if we go in the ENB here, you can see we have three setup particularly. We have the Cloudinary, we have the image kit, we have that AWS. So if especially here, the provider, I want to make the provider by default as the Cloudinary, right? This is our default provider. So now you can make any provider as the default provider. So if the default one is failed, then it will try the image kit, then it will try the AWS. So it's up to you, whatever the mechanism you want to put it first. So now let's go back to our Cloudinary to get our account here. So cloudinary.com, we will logged in using our similar account here. So for these purposes, okay, this one, and from there we need to have two separate or three keys here. One is for the Cloudinary cloud name, API key, and the API secret. So here we're gonna landing here. So first of all, I'm gonna go in my settings here, click on upload, or no, click on the API keys. I'm gonna generate a new key, which gonna be, let's say, entry. Sorry, there should be a confirmation key here, which I need to provide that just to verify that this is the valid me here. So approved, no thanks. So right now you can see this is the one which is created. I can copy that and then I can pass that. This is just an API. Okay, first I'm going to provide the name here. That would be good. So that should be entry. Okay, so now I know which one is that. So I'll take the API key. So this is the API key. Then I will take the secret here. Make sure never ever share your secret, and don't try those secret for myself also, whatever you are seeing right here. And then passing that save. Whenever you are giving the credential in that API, go back to server and hit save. Otherwise it will not take the changes. Then go back here and try to create the category. Now you see it's creating, so it's going to upload the images there, and you see you happen to have your category. So now especially here, if you click, it should be popping up your category right now. Still it's taking time. I think it's taking for the revalidation here. So let me go, and you see here, this is the getting. So the category, I think also I need to entertain here for the top category, let's say hot category, top categories, update categories. Okay, so it should be entertained with all the list parameter here. So right now there is a little bit value of the revalidation. So you need to make a time to type toggling setup, and then it will appear for sure. I'm going to just release it for a bit to let it just go by. This is the feature categories. Also for that, especially for that banner here, if you go in the marketing, add the banners, you can simply add a banner. You click on that, provide the banner name. Let's say I'm going to provide that, let's say, okay, that's the banner name, the title, test title, hero banner. That would be the first image. And let's say that should be providing you a value optional. Okay, whatever, it's just providing the dummy layer here. You can go to the assets, you can go to the images, you can, I think the banner is actually in the public, it's coming with the new images here. So that's the banner here. So right now we can, this is the other banner. So public here, images, I believe the banner is supposed to be here, but why is not here? Okay, yeah, the banner is here. So now open it and pass it. So now this will create our first banner segment. So we should be able to see the banner. Again, it will take a bit of time. I'm going to just give it a bit of time to just exercise on that. So now in the product catalog, we're going to also add a brand. You can just click on the brand. You can drag and drop an image here. So let me go in the asset, images, and let's say the brands, we can just simply pass that Huawei brand here. So let's say Huawei. That's it. So now we have a particular brand. So to create a product, we need to have a categories, we need to have a brands, and then we need to have our product type. So now let's go and add a product. So first of all, we'll get the image here so that it will be easy to understand what kind of project, like the product we are going to use. So for the product here, you can go with the images, and here you can find the product. Not the images here. Go back to the public. Go back to the assets, images. No, I think it's updated one because we already, yeah, that's the updated one. So right now we will add one. Let's say I'm gonna go and make one this Samsung Fold phone, right? So this is gonna be we're gonna keep it in a different dimension name. So let me go with that Samsung Galaxy S Fold, and then we can generate the flag. We can go with the pricing, let's say 200 price discount, top stock 10. We can make the category as headphone, Huawei, or we can just simply go and get the headphone image, which is gonna be good. So that's it. And then we can now upload that product. So as you can see, we can add any feature. Let's say there should be a lorem text here. We can add multiple feature here, and that would be modify and exercise whenever we're going to passing. We have the product type, which we can only one arrival section is right here. Now we can create the product. So we're going to have a simple product right here. So that would be a perfectly aligned together. Okay, failed to load products. Why is failed? Is uploaded. Okay, we will check why it's failed to get the product. You can go with the network tab. You can make the reload here, and you can see why we are failing. Localhost API, that should be the products, page purpose, internal server error. Let us go directly open that our terminal here. I think server is restarting. Okay, dev here. Okay, so better just remove everything, pnpm dev. That could happen sometimes because there's a lot of things running on. Okay, so this is the products, internal server error. I want to see the preview here. Schema doesn't register a model seller. Okay, schema for model seller. Okay, there is the model seller. Okay, let us go especially on that product schema, product model. Okay, so product model here is anything related to the seller. So the ratings, seller reviews here, because I think the seller something is missing right here. This okay, there is a missing component there, which is the seller. No worries. That's why we created this video here, because whenever we are missing anything, so we can now add up. So whenever you are going to get that, everything should be available for you. So that's the purposes to create the video. So because after uploading that, this is the first time also I'm changing, right? This is the seller model right here. So why is happen to have the problem? This is right here, the seller model. Okay, let me just check one more time. Okay, missing schema hasn't been registered for model seller. Okay, let me check that. And what I believe, I think we need to import the seller model here. So let's say seller, from the seller model we can not, I think so. I think we can simply pass that one like that. Yeah. Okay, import seller model. So we need to make sure that we are importing that. So we have the seller model, and now it's working. So that's how it's gonna work. So now you can edit that, and you can duplicate that product. So automatically it's gonna duplicate. You can provide the name. When duplicating, is not uploaded yet, because if you upload, and then it's gonna reflect there. So now you see we have header, and also we have the headphone, and as well as the product, it will appear. It's just taking a bit of time just to go with the application there. Now if you click on that, let's say I'm gonna make add to cart here. If you click here, you can go with that view full cart. So we can also proceed to checkout here. You see the processing your order. So now also you see it's just redirecting to our card here. So let us go to 4242, and I'm gonna go with that. So let me go 34123, and let me provide my name here. I can pay, and as you see, it's paying. So all are happening in the free version of code, which you got it from there. You can see right now you can track your order. You can go with the my orders. You can see everything is right there. So this is how you can set up. Now you add multiple layer here. So if you go here right now, you can just perfectly, because we have like entire segment done, right? What I'm gonna do, as you can see, how you can capture once you're going to have a script. Now you can upload the entire data by yourself, which will help you to generate each and everything. So right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove everything from here, as we are not going to do like that, because we're going to perfectly adapt the way we want. So we don't need to happen to have our dummy categories. So this up to you. All the product data right here, all the brands, categories, everything is for you there, available for you. So the main thing what you need to do is to just go and fetch it. So right now is everything, it will be disappear after the caching time. So right now, how I can see the data for, especially for the migration here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just click on the overview here, and on the overview, so right now installation setup, database setup, and data import here, which is actually is not available right here. But for me, I know the command is still there, so we can simply run the command. So I'm gonna go and prefetch the command here. So let me grab the command for you, how we can fetch that. So okay, so this is the okay, I think it's in the package. So if we go in the package here, you see the migrate data. So let me just open our terminal. We'll take the new one. So in the terminal, we need to just simply run that migrate data. So pnpm, let's say migrate data, hit enter. If we both MongoDB URI must be provided in appapi.env, apps api.env. Okay, both okay, there is the old MongoDB URI, but the data is already here. So why we need to grab it? Let me just check. Especially if we just can get that apps, let's say API. Okay, I think also in our API layer, we can provide it. Okay, yeah, we got that. We got that. So we can pass this one. So I think instead of running the like the export data, we can also use that seed data. So that will help us to seed. You see, we have the seed data layer right here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna clear everything. pnpm, let's say seed / let's say data. So it's gonna seed whatever data we're gonna have that. You see, it's getting that icon, everything, all the banner and ads banner and everything. Let me check how many products we have. The categories, we have 32 products. If we just reload here, also we can check, especially here in our products, you see entire data is coming directly here. Also, especially if you go back to check in the products, previously you see all products is loading right now from the layer. So right now, if we just go inspect and make a tiny bit of reload here, you see entire data is right here. This is how you can set things done. You see, there should be some more here. You can see everything is working. So all the products layer, all the data layer, it's gonna work perfectly. There would be some more which gonna be, the caching layer, it can just implicating. That's why it's not coming by so far. But as you have the code, now you can upload, right? You can upload anything. You can maintain anything from there, how the way you are looking forward to. So that's up to you how you want to use that code, because the link in the description, so you can use the code as you have it, and you are welcome to get it directly. If you want to have the production, you can simply go entry.reactly.com. Here you can find each and everything. You see, it's the loading is going on because I think my network is a bit of slow. So like from the link to others, everything you're gonna get it. You can click on the source link. You can see you can purchase the link here, or you can also directly go with the free link here, which gonna redirect you to in that GitHub repository. So that's how it will work. So this up to you if you want to get it or not. And then also for that, especially for the free version, I think that can really work for you, especially to create a very, very fantastic e-commerce application by so far. So I believe you can now create it entirely to have a very good look, very solid data structure and layer. I wish you all the best to create the entire setup by yourself. As you can see in the shop and others, everything working. See, so that's gonna be a perfectly mesmerizing once you are building that. So all the very best. I believe you can right now can build and start your own project according to it. If you have any issue, any problem, let me know in the comments where I can help you with the code or others. And also let me know how you are rating this project. Is it good or not? Also, I want it to know in the comments. And we're building something amazing. Let us know what kind of projects you are looking by so far. We're gonna create it for you. And all the very best. Hope you enjoy this.